Chinaza,
Hey,
congratulations for Apple TV Silo.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So let's ask that obligatory question. What initially attracted you to this series?
The scripts, they were so, I read the sides of my audition, I read the pilot, and I was like blown away by the pilot. The world itself and then the human elements that just hit, I think, catch you off guard and hit really hard.
Now, one of the things I was fascinated by your character, Paul Billings, is like he always wanted to do the right thing. But
Hmm.
for some unknown reason, I keep on guessing whether he's a good guy or a bad guy throughout the entire series. How do you
That's,
manage to pull that off?
I mean, first of all, that's really nice to hear because I think that's great. That's really the writers, though. It's really the writers. I mean, Graham Yost is a great showrunner and his team is amazing. And we had two writers on set every day. And the reason I say that is because they helped you chart out that little journey. And I don't know that I think that's the main question is he's unclear if he's a good person. I think he comes in really clear, knowing he's a good person. And that is slowly shifted to be like, what is a good person? What are you championing? What are you fighting for? You know what I mean? All these questions that I think we can all relate to. At least I related to.
So how do you handle the motivations of a character like this then?
I think the society is based around this book called The Pact, right? It's a bunch of rules passed down by the founders. And I think at least the key for me to begin is that Paul believes in this with his whole heart, almost like in a pure childlike way. And if you can try to believe in it as much as he does, me, Chinaza, then every time somebody pokes the smallest hole in it, you can take that journey with him because it hurts. And this is his identity. And they're saying, have you looked at this? I think it does the rest for you if you can get that belief, that initial belief.
For the portrayal of your character, how close is it to the novel series, or is it a whole lot different?
I think one of the cool things with the show, which I'm excited to hear people who love the book respond to, is there are things that maybe got like 3 paragraphs in the book that the TV show can really expand. So I think Paul is, in many ways, very close to who he is in the books. But in this show, we can explore his home life and we can explore different parts of his relationship with Juliette that you can't get to in the book. And I hope that's deeply satisfying, but I'm also interested if if people are really angry about it. I kind of love I want to hear that conversation.
I know I do have to admit the clashes and the friendships between you and Juliet is it's like up and down throughout, and it's just riveting throughout the entire series.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Rex is the best. So it was a pleasure doing it with her.
So, what was it like to be on the production set of Silo? Because I can't imagine, the realness and also this, the CGI going on at the same time.
I mean, more of it is real than you'd believe. Talking about floor and floor and floor and floor of the silo are built. You can go into some room and touch one lever and the water actually pours. I mean, it's mind blowing. And I think if nothing else, it just showed you how committed and invested so many other people were in building this world. So you felt like you had to at least do your part to be like, well, if they, I mean, do you know what I mean? It was inspiring to see that level of detail.
And one of the things that I do have to admit and have to ask you, was it tiring running around all the time on that set?
Do you know, there were days where I'd be like, I can't do that. This is about to get really embarrassing. How many takes? But then the adrenaline hits and you just find it. Also, there's some days where you have hundreds of essays or extras, and you're like, well, all 600 of us are going back up these stairs, so I am not going to be the person who complains. So no, it was good.
Well, you're a terrific person to talk to. Thank you very much, Anaza. Really
Thank
appreciate this.
thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye.